Hi, Richard Huntley here. Now, if you're really struggling to lose weight and you don't know which way to turn, you'll be glad you've watched this video because today I'm going to be sharing with you 20 simple ways to lose weight in the very first week. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to break it down into 3 separate stages for you to follow. The first section is going to be the mindset section. This is great because this is where it all begins. This is where it all starts. So the first point that I really want to drill home for you today is write down your goals. So many people say they want to lose weight, but they don't have any direct goals to actually target for. It's very important you know crystal clear whether it's a dress size you want to fit into, whether it's a certain weight on the scale where that really doesn't matter, but if that's what you want to follow, you can go by that. Maybe there's a pair of jeans that you haven't been able to wear for ages and you want to be able to fit into those, something that's a bit more physical, tangible, and then you'll be able to follow and work towards the goal. You need something to work towards. Or maybe you want to go into a 5-mile run or a 5k or a 10k run, or a half marathon. Everybody's got their different goals that they want to achieve. Make sure you write it down and put a deadline on it as well. This is so important. Next up, find your reason why you want to achieve your goals. If you just write down the goal, that's okay, but you need to, what's your real driving force? Is it because you want to be healthier and longevity to spend time with your kids or grandkids? Is it you want to be fitter because you want to get a certain career where you need to be fitter for? It can be any reason why. Something, maybe you lack energy and you want to increase your energy levels so you're more fruitful and productive through the day. Anything like this is brilliant for you to start to follow. So find your reason why. Next up, get your friends involved. I always say at the end of my videos, get your family and friends involved. This is super important because it's the sort of the positive people around you is really gonna uplift you towards your results. Start to visualize, where do you really want to go? So you should understand what you want yourself to look like in the future. Visualization is very powerful. Guys, next step, master each and every day. Too many people, this is for all areas of your life, by the way, not just for losing weight, but for all areas you want to improve. Try to master each day one at a time. Don't get overwhelmed and look at the big picture too much because you're gonna misfocus. You're gonna worry too much. It's, oh no, I've got 30 pounds to lose. How am I ever gonna lose 30 pounds? Let's just try and improve today. Let's push towards your goal. How can you make today the best day possible? Get your food right, mindset right. You wrote down your goals and you got your workouts. Do you see what I mean? Mastering one day at a time is a lot better. One step each day at a time. Next up, plan your week ahead. This is so important, especially with meal planning, and we'll get onto that sort of section in a bit. But plan your week, how you want it to be, how you want to be productive, time schedule and everything, and then you're more likely to follow through with that. Okay, the next section is the workout section. Use body weight exercises 80% of your time. So you really don't, especially at the start, you don't need to worry about buying expensive gym memberships or worry about going to expensive classes or equipment. Just use the good old-fashioned body weight that us humans have been using thousands upon thousands of years. You don't need to worry about getting all equipment and things. Just use your own body weight. I've got hundreds of videos where I've shown loads of body weight exercises. So that's the first point. Body weight is key. It's good for functional movement as well, and it's natural. Next up, full body exercises. You want to use them more because you're going to burn more fat while using the whole of the body, and you're going to improve all areas, whether you're struggling with the arms, the belly fat, or the legs. You can really work on big exercises, just like the guy shown on the left there, mountain climbers, good full body exercise, hitting the cardio, increasing the heart rate too. Next up, increase your tempos, meaning that, and you can decrease them too. It depends what exercise you're doing. So start to get the intensity up. That means the tempo of the intensity. So maybe if you're just starting off, you're going to be a bit slower. As you gradually go along the weeks and months, you want to increase the tempo. See if you can get more repetitions in the certain amount of time you've done for your workout. Next up, focus on the areas you want to work. So if we're wanting to work the abs and you're doing ab direct exercises, make sure you really put the mind to muscle focus on that. If you're working on the arms, and so on. Focus on the areas you really want to work on. Next up, superset variations, meaning that rather than having a rest in between your exercises, you can do an exercise straight after this one here. So you might do the mountain climbers, no rest, you're going to stand straight up and do jumping jacks. Do you see what I mean? So it's one exercise after the other. You've got to be strategic strategic about that, because say if you just do ab exercises and you keep supersetting them, your abs can just fatigue a lot of the time, and then you end up with then you end up with a lot of problems because your abs are too fatigued and you're not going to get the results you like really want to get. Okay. Next up, we've got to tweak your workouts often so the body keeps gassing. You need to keep the body gassing. So how we do this is we keep tweaking and changing the tempos of everything, so then you're on track to exactly where you want to go. Look to progress weekly. We need to start somewhere, we need to finish somewhere, but we need to making sure whether it's more repetitions, a quicker tempo, that's how we know that we're increasing our fitness, and you can measure it weekly as well. The last section is the food section. And this is very, very important, especially if you want to lose weight around the midsection of your body, the belly area. Lots of the time it can be just a few little tweaks in your diet, and it can really do a big help, not just for losing fat, but overall health, appearance, health, the way you feel as well. So first step for this one, add more greens and veggies in, so more vegetables. So for breakfast, if you've got eggs, make sure you can start to add some greens into there. You can do like an omelette style, scrambled eggs with some greens like spinach, things like this. Just start adding to it in the day. Or if you're having green smoothie shakes, that's another good one to have, meat and veg and so on. So start to get good habits of green veggies in your everyday meals. Next up, we've got 1 ingredient food rule. I've been saying this for absolute years now on my YouTube channel, and what it is if you're unsure about what to eat, usually most of the time find foods that just have the 1 ingredient. So for example, a carrot, 1 ingredient is a carrot. That's great for you to have, and meat and things like this, nuts, all of these are 1 ingredient foods. That's a base rule to go by. Then you can get a little bit more advanced and add on from there. Next up, drink water throughout the day, and that seems so simple, but really simplicity is the best way, and people forget the simple things. They try and do all these complex things that people are telling them to do, and then they end up doing nothing, or they get burnt out with it. But drinking H2O water is so good throughout the whole day and with your workouts as well. So by the time you get the headache, you know that you haven't had enough water. The other way is to obviously check your urine. That's going to tell you how dehydrated you are as well, the color of it. Next up, keep a food journal or a food log, whatever you want to call it, and what this does is it's going to keep you accountable for your results. So you want to make sure that your food is good throughout the whole week, at least 80-90% of the time. And with this, we can actually look, so you can say, oh, I've been really good with my food this week, and I can say, oh, let's have a look at your journal to see exactly where we're going, and then I can look exactly through and say, oh, that was the area where you slipped up on a little bit. Right, let's change the food to this. Do you see? Well, you can do it yourself as well. Oh, I wasn't very good on Tuesday. Maybe I need to improve this or switch this over. You see, so food journals are very good as well. Stick to what you like. So you really don't need to keep changing foods all the time if you don't want to. If you like a certain food group, stick to them. That's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I do like variety in my diet, but make sure you just eat the things that the healthy things that you're going to enjoy. You're more likely to stick to it then. So lose the juices and eat the fruits. What I mean by this, lots of these fruit juices, these store-bought fruit juices especially, they're just loaded up with sugars and chemicals. They're no good for our bodies compared to eating fruits, the whole fruit. You got the fiber in there as well. So eat more whole fruits, and that's going to be the whole nutritional value of it is a lot better than just the strained juices in there. Okay. So last point, proteins, good fats, good carbs. That's the way to go. If you got these are known as macronutrients. The macros are very important for our bodies. So protein, lean muscle, tissue is going to make sure that we keep us nice and healthy after our workouts as well. Good fats, so good for our energy levels as well, and carbs, slow releasing carbs throughout the day is definitely going to keep our concentration on point too. So I hope you've enjoyed this. There's the 20 ways to help shrink down your waistline and lose weight in the very next week. Please hit that like button if you've watched it this far. Share this with your family and friends, and comment below if you wish to. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. More videos like this coming your way. Hope you found it useful. Even if you've just learned a few things today, that's my job complete. I'm really happy that you've learned a few things. Go and take action on them and benefit from them. Have an amazing day, everyone, and take care for now.